you might want to start checking your change more carefully. Welcome to our channel, where today we're revealing the state quarters that could be hiding in your pocket and worth big bucks. Make sure to watch till the end, you won't believe how much some of these coins are worth. There are moments in history when something small, something almost invisible in the grand scheme of things, ends up carrying an enormous weight. Sometimes it's a note passed under a door, a whisper in a crowded room, or, believe it or not, a coin no bigger than a bottle cap. Among the hundreds of millions of coins circulating in pockets, purses, and dusty kitchen drawers, a few manage to defy expectations. They survive unscathed. They become rare. They gain meaning beyond their metal. And sometimes, just sometimes, they become worth a small fortune. That's the case with the 2000 Massachusetts state quarter. At first glance, it seems just like any other coin. Standard. Common. Just another quarter, one of those pieces you use to feed a parking meter or grab a soda from a vending machine. But beneath the surface lies a story that stretches back centuries, rooted in revolution, independence, pride, and perseverance. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol, a monument to a moment and a state that helped shape the soul of a nation. To understand the true value of the Massachusetts quarter, we have to rewind the clock. Not just to the year 2000, when it was minted, but far beyond that. Back to the days when 13 colonies were bristling under the weight of British rule. Back to the early morning light of Lexington and Concord, where farmers and tradesmen, fathers and sons, grabbed their muskets and made a stand. These weren't soldiers by profession, they were people. Ordinary people, thrust into extraordinary times. They became known as the Minutemen, ready to fight at a moment's notice, and they would help spark a revolution that changed the world. The image of one such Minuteman became the central figure on the reverse of the Massachusetts state quarter. Standing tall, weapon in hand, eyes focused on something unseen beyond the edge of the coin, he is a portrait of determination and resolve. Behind him, the silhouette of the state of Massachusetts serves as a subtle yet powerful reminder that this place, this land, was where it all began. The design isn't flashy. It doesn't scream for attention. But it whispers something stronger: memory, meaning, and identity. When the U.S. Mint launched the 50 state quarters program in 1999, the idea was revolutionary in its own right. For the first time, every U.S. state would get its own coin, and each one would reflect something unique about its culture, history, or values. Massachusetts didn't hesitate in choosing its symbol. The Minuteman was an obvious choice, uncontroversial, revered, and deeply tied to the roots of the American experiment. And yet, while the design captures history, the real magic lies in the coins themselves. Because not all quarters are created equal. Even though over 1 billion Massachusetts quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, only a handful would go on to become legends. The process of minting coins is both mechanical and delicate. It involves precision, pressure, and perfect timing. When everything goes right, a coin is born exactly as it was intended. But every so often, something goes just a little bit off. A die shifts slightly. The metal misaligns. A planchet, the blank disc waiting to be struck, carries a flaw. And in those tiny, accidental moments, rarity is born. These flawed coins, known as error coins, are like ghosts in the machine. They weren't meant to exist, and yet they do. And for collectors, finding one is like discovering buried treasure. Some Massachusetts quarters were overstruck on older coins. Some bore subtle double images. Some were simply preserved in immaculate condition from the very beginning. And these are the coins that changed everything. Collectors are a different breed. They notice details others miss. The spacing between letters. The depth of a strike. The subtle toning around the edges. They hunt, they trade, and they protect. And when a coin surfaces that checks every box, rarity, condition, history, it doesn't just sell. It ignites bidding wars. For years, the Massachusetts quarter quietly gained a following. At first, people simply wanted to complete their state sets. But then came the discoveries. One error here. One flawless specimen there. Whispers turned into chatter. Chatter into headlines. And then, finally, one coin emerged that left everyone stunned. That it wasn't gilded. It wasn't encrusted with diamonds or made of pure silver. It was a standard 2000 Massachusetts state quarter, except it wasn't standard at all. It was perfect. Graded at the highest level by professional evaluators, preserved like a museum artifact, this coin defied time itself, and when it went up for auction, people took notice. At first, the bids came slow. Cautious. Then came a surge. The price climbed steadily, $50, $100, $1,000. And still it rose. It passed $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Collectors and institutions alike entered the fray. Some saw it as an investment. Others, as a once-in-a-lifetime chance to own something historic. When the final bid was cast and the gavel fell, the room held its breath. $58,000, that was the final price. $58,000 for a coin that might once have bought you a cup of coffee. $58,000 for a quarter, an object so common, so ubiquitous, it almost defies belief. But that's the beauty of the story. It reminds us that value isn't always about size, or shape, or even function. Sometimes it's about timing, preservation, story, rarity, and more than anything, meaning, that coin didn't just represent 25 cents. It represented a legacy. A revolution. A state's identity, frozen in metal, carried in pockets, and now, immortalized in value. So what does that mean for you? It means that history is all around you. It jingles in your pocket, sits forgotten in your car's cup holder, or waits quietly in a jar on your kitchen counter. It means that treasure doesn't always come in golden chests or secret maps. Sometimes, it's disguised as the familiar. Maybe you've held a Massachusetts state quarter before. Maybe you have one right now. The odds are high, it was one of the most widely minted quarters of the 50-state series. But is yours special? Is it uncirculated? Flawless? Does it carry a rare error, a twist of fate that makes it unlike any other? Only time, and a careful eye, can tell, because hidden in the everyday is the extraordinary, and the 2000 Massachusetts state quarter, well, that might just be the most extraordinary quarter of them all. The 2004 Florida state quarter, released as part of the U.S. Mint's ambitious 50-state quarters program, is one of those pieces of American history that seemed to pass by unnoticed in its time. To most, it was just another quarter, tossed into the coin jar or spent at the local store. But for a select few, this quarter has become far more than just a piece of change. It's a gateway to a treasure, one worth a staggering amount of money. And how it went from being just another coin in circulation to commanding a jaw-dropping value is a story of rarity, artistry, and sometimes sheer luck. Let's rewind to 2004. The 50-state quarters program was in full swing, and by the time Florida's quarter was released, millions of people across the country had eagerly collected each new state design. The Florida quarter, like the others before it, was minted to celebrate the state's history, culture, and identity. But what made Florida's design so special was how it captured the essence of the state in two distinct, powerful images. On the left side of the coin, we see a Spanish galleon, a nod to the explorers who came to Florida in the early 1500s. Most notably, Juan Ponce de Leon, who is credited with discovering the state during his quest for the Fountain of Youth. The galleon symbolizes Florida's long history of exploration, trade, and European influence. It serves as a reminder that Florida's story begins far before it became a state, stretching back to the days of exploration. On the right, soaring above the horizon, is the iconic Space Shuttle, an unmistakable tribute to Florida's role in space exploration. The Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral has been at the heart of U.S. space missions for decades, and the shuttle's presence on the quarter symbolizes Florida's continued involvement in America's dreams of space travel and discovery. Together, these two images, one from the distant past and one from the near future, create a design that feels timeless, yet modern. The quarter itself was minted in massive numbers, with over 481 million Florida quarters struck across two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. For collectors, this would seem to diminish the coin's rarity. After all, if a coin is produced in the hundreds of millions, it's difficult to imagine that any single coin could stand out. However, in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, the value of a coin isn't solely determined by how many were made. It's often about the rarity of a coin in terms of its condition, its unique features, and sometimes even errors that occurred during the minting process. Now, imagine that out of those hundreds of millions of Florida quarters, only a small handful were struck with an error that made them incredibly rare. Errors in minting can occur for many reasons: misaligned dies, double strikes, or even the use of incorrect planchets, the blanks of metal that are stamped to make coins. These errors can be so distinctive that a single quarter could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars, and that's exactly what happened with some of the 2004 Florida quarters. Among the most coveted errors is the double die variety, which occurs when the coin is struck twice by the same die but is slightly misaligned during the second strike. This causes part of the coin's design to appear doubled. For collectors, these double die coins are highly sought after because they are rare and incredibly unique. A Florida quarter with this error is far from ordinary, and its value skyrockets when it's in mint condition. Another type of error that enhances the value of these coins is the off-center strike, which occurs when the metal planchet isn't aligned properly when it's struck by the minting die. This results in a quarter that has part of its design missing or off-center, leaving a blank area or an incomplete image. Off-center strikes are extremely rare, and their unusual appearance makes them a favorite among collectors. Moreover, there's the wrong planchet error, where a Florida quarter is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for a different coin, say, a nickel or a dime. These coins are even rarer, and because they're struck on the wrong type of metal, they are highly valuable to collectors looking for that unique oddity in their collection. But even if a Florida quarter doesn't have a minting error, its value can still increase based on its condition. Coins that are in perfect condition, graded MS-70, for mint state 70, by a recognized coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are always worth more than coins that have been worn down by time, use, and circulation. In the world of coin collecting, high-grade coins, especially those that are flawless, are revered. But what makes the 2004 Florida quarter even more fascinating is that while most coins are graded on the 1 to 70 scale, only a handful of coins ever achieve the coveted perfect grade. Coins that are graded MS-70, or PR-70, for proof coins, are considered flawless under magnification and are highly prized by collectors, and that's where the true magic of the 2004 Florida quarter lies. A select few examples of these quarters have been graded at a perfect 70, and even among those, there are a few that have rare minting errors, like the double die or off-center strikes, that have further increased their value. The key to understanding how much some of these Florida quarters are worth lies in how unique they are. When collectors see a Florida quarter with a distinctive error or a flawless grade, they are willing to pay a premium to add it to their collections. The rarity of these coins, combined with their historical significance and beautiful design, has made them highly coveted in the world of numismatics. So, how much could you expect to pay for one of these ultra-rare 2004 Florida quarters? Well, it's not uncommon to see Florida quarters with minor errors or in excellent condition fetching several $100s at auction. But the best examples, those that have been certified as flawless with rare minting errors, have shattered price records, and if you're lucky enough to find the perfect 2004 Florida quarter, one with a double die error, graded MS-70, and possibly even a notable provenance, you could be looking at a price that will blow your mind. So, what's the top price this little 25-cent piece has reached? In the rarest cases, a 2004 Florida state quarter has been known to fetch an eye-popping $49,000. At auction. It's the perfect reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Whether it's tucked away in your pocket, sitting in a drawer, or still circulating in the change jar, the 2004 Florida state quarter is a testament to the thrill of discovery, the fascination of coin collecting, and the endless potential for treasure lurking in the most ordinary places. In 2006, the U.S. Mint launched a series of commemorative state quarters, each one designed to reflect the unique history and culture of a different state. Among these, North Dakota's quarter stands out as one of the most intriguing and beloved. With its vibrant design, rich historical symbolism, and remarkable collector appeal, it's more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a testament to the state's identity, and a collector's treasure. North Dakota's quarter, part of the 50 State Quarters program, made its debut that year. The program, introduced in 1997, aimed to honor each state with its own unique coin, featuring symbols and imagery that represented the state's culture, achievements, and history. The series became an immediate success, capturing the attention of collectors and enthusiasts nationwide. But among all the coins released, North Dakota's quarter quickly garnered special recognition, the design on the North Dakota quarter is a beautiful tribute to the state's agricultural roots and natural beauty. At the center of the design is an image of a farmer with his plow, symbolizing the hardworking spirit of North Dakota's farming community. Behind the farmer is a bison, an iconic symbol of the Great Plains, representing strength, resilience, and the state's deep connection to its natural environment. The background features the state's rolling plains and a rising sun, a nod to the vastness and openness of North Dakota's landscape. The sun represents hope, prosperity, and the promise of a bright future. This design was the result of a statewide competition where North Dakota citizens submitted their ideas. The winning design was created by local artist Alonzo H. Lutz, whose work captured the essence of the state in a way that resonated deeply with its people. The selected design not only highlighted North Dakota's rich traditions but also embodied the values of the state. On the reverse side of the coin, as with all state quarters, is the standard George Washington portrait. The obverse also bears the traditional inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of minting. The North Dakota quarter was produced in both circulating versions and proof sets, with the proof versions being specially polished for collectors. The minting of this coin took place at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While these coins were widely circulated, some versions quickly became highly sought after by collectors, particularly those that were in mint condition or had specific unique features. What sets the North Dakota quarter apart from others in the series, and why has it become so valuable among collectors? Like all collectibles, rarity and condition play a significant role. The North Dakota quarter, in particular, has captured the interest of collectors due to the special characteristics of certain coins. For example, coins with striking errors or those in pristine, uncirculated condition have become especially desirable. Coins that feature clarity, sharpness, and minimal wear, particularly those from proof sets, are worth far more than standard circulating versions. Additionally, the limited number of special edition sets released by the U.S. Mint has added another layer of intrigue. These sets, which contain coins with higher levels of craftsmanship, tend to increase in value over time, making them even more desirable. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of this coin's appeal lies in the rarity of high-quality examples. Professional numismatists and coin graders from organizations such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, help collectors identify coins in near-perfect condition. A coin that receives a grade of MS 67 or higher is considered to be in near-flawless condition, which dramatically boosts its value. There's a certain excitement that comes with discovering a coin like the North Dakota quarter in exceptional condition. For years, many of these quarters circulated unnoticed. Tossed in jars, left in drawers, or simply spent, these coins were largely ignored by the general public. However, for those with an eye for detail and a passion for collecting, the North Dakota quarter became a gem waiting to be uncovered. And now, here's the big reveal. This special quarter, in its pristine condition, can be valued at an astonishing $43,000. This number reflects the rarity and unique appeal of high-grade North Dakota quarters, and it serves as a reminder of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a prized possession. What's remarkable about this coin's value is the journey it's taken. From its introduction as a part of the 50-state quarters program to its recognition as one of the most valuable coins in the series, the North Dakota quarter has captured the imaginations of collectors and investors alike. Its value reflects both the rarity of certain versions and the increasing interest in coin collecting as a hobby and investment. For anyone lucky enough to own one of these exceptional coins, the North Dakota quarter is a tangible link to the state's past, a reminder of its agricultural heritage, and a testament to the artistry and symbolism embedded in American coinage. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of history, a work of art, and for some, a great investment. In conclusion, the 2006 North Dakota State Quarter is much more than just a coin. It embodies the identity and spirit of North Dakota, celebrates the state's history, and stands as a shining example of the artistry of American coinage. And, with its current value at $43,000, it's clear that this coin will continue to be a treasured collectible for years to come. In 2019, the U.S. Mint released a new coin that celebrated one of the most significant historical sites in Texas, the San Antonio Missions. As part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, this coin was designed to honor the rich history, culture, and heritage of the San Antonio Missions National Historical Park. The coin, like many others in the series, was not just a tribute to a historical landmark, but also a reminder of the enduring impact that these sites have had on the development of the United States. The San Antonio Missions Quarter is unique not only for its design, but also for the deep historical context it represents. The mission system in Texas began in the 17th century, with the establishment of Spanish Catholic missions designed to convert and settle Native American populations in the region. Over time, these missions grew into vibrant communities that became the foundation for the city of San Antonio, and they played a pivotal role in the history of Texas, the Southwest, and the entire United States. The missions themselves, San Jose, San Juan, Concepcion, Espada, and the Alamo, each have their own stories and unique significance. But it is the San Antonio Missions National Historical Park, established in 1975, that brings them all together. This park preserves and shares the history of these missions, offering a glimpse into the past for visitors from around the world. It was the perfect subject for a quarter in the America the Beautiful series, which aims to celebrate the diverse landscapes, historical landmarks, and cultural heritage of the United States. The design process for this quarter was a collaborative effort. Like all the America the Beautiful quarters, the design was chosen through a process that involved both the U.S. Mint and the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee, CCAC, which advises the Mint on coin designs. The design for the San Antonio Missions Quarter, which was unveiled in 2019, features an image of Mission San Jose, one of the most iconic of the 5 missions, with its beautiful stone architecture and lush surroundings. At the center of the design is a depiction of the mission's ornate facade, with its intricate carvings and arches. Above the facade, the words San Antonio Missions are inscribed, with the coin's year of minting, 2019, and the traditional E Pluribus Unum inscription surrounding the design. The mission's architecture is emphasized in the design, highlighting the unique features that make it such an important part of Texas history. In the background, a peaceful and beautiful landscape unfolds, representing the way the mission and the surrounding area were once interwoven with the natural beauty of the land. The San Antonio Missions Quarter is part of the 56 coin series that honors national parks and historic landmarks across the United States. While the series has celebrated a variety of American treasures, the San Antonio Missions coin holds a special place in the hearts of many due to the rich history it represents. Unlike some of the other quarters in the series, which focus on national parks with stunning natural beauty, the San Antonio Missions Quarter tells a story of cultural exchange, settlement, and the early history of the Southwest. The reverse side of the coin features the familiar George Washington portrait, which is standard across all quarters. However, the obverse design is where the true beauty and significance of the San Antonio Missions coin shine through. The striking detail of the mission's architecture captures the eye and serves as a visual representation of the heritage and legacy of this important landmark. The U.S. Mint began producing the San Antonio Missions Quarter in 2019, with coins struck at the Denver and Philadelphia mints. The quarter, like others in the America the Beautiful series, was issued in both circulating and special proof versions. The proof versions, produced with higher quality craftsmanship, were particularly appealing to collectors and were available through the U.S. Mint's online store, often in special sets that included other coins from the series. The production of the San Antonio Missions Quarter, and the broader America the Beautiful program, has made a lasting impact on the world of numismatics. The quarter represents much more than just a coin, it's a symbol of the historical significance of the San Antonio Missions and the role they played in shaping the culture and identity of the United States. And like all commemorative coins, it's not just a piece of currency, it's a story captured in metal, a tangible connection to the past. As with all collectible coins, the appeal of the San Antonio Missions Quarter lies in its rarity, condition, and desirability. While the coin itself was issued in large quantities for circulation, some versions of the coin have become highly prized among collectors. Coins that are in excellent condition, with no visible wear or scratches, are considered more valuable. Coins that have been graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are often sought after by investors and collectors, who place high value on the coin's condition and its grade. Special editions of the coin, such as the proof versions, also hold a significant appeal for collectors. These coins, which are carefully polished and produced with greater attention to detail than the circulating coins, are often purchased as part of sets and kept in pristine condition. Proof versions of the San Antonio Missions Quarter, in particular, are highly sought after because they represent the highest quality of the minting process. But what really drives the value of this coin, especially among collectors, is its limited availability in certain conditions. When a coin is released into circulation, it often undergoes wear and tear as it is used in everyday transactions. However, when a coin is kept in pristine condition and graded as MS-70, the highest grade, it becomes a rare and valuable item. Coins that are part of special proof sets or that have been preserved in mint condition can sometimes fetch impressive sums at auction, and here's where the value comes into play. For those who have been fortunate enough to acquire a high-quality, well-preserved version of the San Antonio Missions quarter, it's not just a coin, it's a piece of history. The value of the coin has steadily increased over time, especially for those coins that are in flawless condition. At the time of writing, one such coin, in mint condition, can be worth as much as $17,000. For collectors, finding a rare, high-quality version of this quarter is a thrilling experience. Some of the most valuable examples are the ones with unique characteristics, such as the 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter with certain types of errors or flaws in its design. These error coins can be particularly valuable to collectors, as they are rarer than regular coins and often carry a premium price. Other factors, such as the coin's provenance or history of ownership, can also influence its value. As the demand for rare and collectible coins continues to grow, it's possible that the value of the San Antonio Missions quarter will continue to rise, especially as more collectors take an interest in the America the Beautiful quarter series. The historical significance of the San Antonio Missions, combined with the high demand for high-quality coins, makes this particular quarter a valuable addition to any collection. Ultimately, the 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter is more than just a tribute to a historical site, it's a piece of American history, a reflection of the cultural heritage of the San Antonio Missions, and a testament to the craftsmanship and artistry of the U.S. Mint. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting to explore the world of numismatics, this coin holds a special place in the hearts of those who appreciate the beauty and history of American coinage. The 2020 National Park Quarter is part of the final releases in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which has been a massive success since its launch in 2010. This series aimed to celebrate and commemorate America's national parks and other iconic landmarks, showcasing the country's natural beauty, historical sites, and cultural significance. The 2020 coin, which features the National Park of American Samoa, is a unique and special addition to this series, standing out for its distinct design, historical importance, and increasing appeal to collectors. American Samoa, a U.S. territory located in the South Pacific, is home to one of the most beautiful and remote national parks in the country. The National Park of American Samoa was established in 1988 and is a true paradise that combines lush rainforests, volcanic peaks, coral reefs, and breathtaking coastlines. It also preserves a rich cultural heritage, including significant sites that trace back to the indigenous Polynesian people who first settled the islands. This national park stands out not only for its natural beauty but also for its cultural importance, making it an ideal subject for a commemorative coin. The design of the 2020 National Park Quarter beautifully captures the essence of American Samoa and its national park. The coin features a depiction of the Samoan fruit bat, a species native to the region, flying over the tropical landscape of the park. The bat, also known as the flying fox, is an iconic symbol of the area and plays a crucial role in the local ecosystem. Its image on the coin highlights the importance of conservation efforts in American Samoa, especially concerning the protection of endangered species. In the background of the design, the lush vegetation, volcanic cliffs, and pristine waters of the park are showcased, symbolizing the untouched beauty of this remote corner of the world. The combination of the bat in flight and the vibrant landscape reflects the natural wonder and serenity of the park. The design is completed with the inscription, American Samoa, at the top, along with the year of minting, 2020, and the familiar E pluribus unum that appears on many U.S. coins. The reverse side of the quarter, as with all U.S. quarters, features the well-known portrait of George Washington, accompanied by the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This obverse design remains consistent across all coins in the America the Beautiful series, maintaining a sense of unity and tradition. The 2020 National Park Quarter was minted in large quantities, just like the other coins in the America the Beautiful series, and was circulated throughout the country. However, as with any commemorative coin, the versions in mint condition or those produced as part of special proof sets quickly attracted the attention of collectors. These versions, often produced with higher levels of craftsmanship and greater attention to detail, are much more desirable than the regular circulating coins, making them more valuable and harder to find. One of the main reasons this quarter is so valuable to collectors is its connection to a unique and relatively unknown part of the United States, American Samoa. While most U.S. territories are well known to Americans, American Samoa is remote and far less familiar to many. This makes the coin even more special, as it represents a part of the U.S. that few people may ever have the chance to visit. As a result, the 2020 National Park Quarter is more than just a piece of currency, it's a rare memento of a remote and culturally significant part of the United States. Another factor that contributes to the coin's value is its striking design. The image of the Samoan fruit bat is not only visually captivating, but it also adds a layer of storytelling to the coin. The bat's symbolism ties directly to the park's mission of preserving native species and ecosystems, making this coin a meaningful tribute to the conservation efforts in the Pacific Islands. For collectors who value the artistic and historical aspects of coin design, the 2020 National Park Quarter is an especially prized piece. Like other coins in the America the Beautiful series, the 2020 National Park Quarter was minted both in circulating versions and in special proof sets. The proof sets, which are produced with higher attention to detail and special polishing techniques, are particularly sought after by numismatists. These sets often feature a mirror-like finish and are sold in limited quantities, which increases their desirability. The U.S. Mint also released uncirculated versions of the coin, which were sold to collectors who wanted to preserve the coins in pristine condition. These versions are also highly valued, especially when they are graded by professional coin grading services. One key factor that drives the value of the 2020 National Park Quarter is its scarcity in top-tier condition. Like most coins, the more perfect the condition, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that are well preserved and graded by professional numismatic organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are considered more valuable than those that have been in circulation and show signs of wear. Coins that are graded as MS-70 or Mint State 70 are considered flawless and are among the most highly sought after by collectors. These coins are often sold at a premium price, as they are extremely rare and considered the pinnacle of quality. Error coins are another significant factor in the value of this particular quarter. If a coin is struck incorrectly during the minting process, it can lead to a unique error that makes the coin much more valuable to collectors. These error coins can include variations like misprints, double strikes, or off-center images. As with all collectible coins, these errors make the coin stand out and increase its value, sometimes dramatically. For example, if an error coin from the 2020 National Park Quarter series were to appear, it could easily become a prized piece for collectors willing to pay a premium for it. As time goes on, coins like the 2020 National Park Quarter are likely to increase in value due to the limited number of high-quality examples that remain. Circulating coins that were used in everyday transactions are typically worn down over time, but proof versions and coins that have been well preserved are much rarer. This rarity is a key factor in the coin's increasing value, and as collectors become more interested in rare and limited edition pieces, the price of these quarters will likely continue to rise. While the 2020 National Park Quarter may not have been worth much more than face value when it was first released, its rarity, unique design, and connection to an important and remote national park make it a valuable collectible today. Those who were fortunate enough to purchase proof sets or preserve their circulating coins in excellent condition may find that their investment has paid off handsomely over time.